Okay, so we've talked about this problem before, and we'll probably talk about it again, but it's where you're trying to get a certain amount of protein, carbs, and fat each day in your diet, and you're eating Honey Nut Cheerios, mac and cheese, and some trail mix. And we ended up, you can pause and read this if you want to look through it more slowly, but we set up these variables, and we made these three equations, and we're going to try and solve these equations. And I've shown how to do this a few ways, but I'm also going to show how to do it with an app called Geogebra. Geogebra is free, online. You can use it on your computer or on your phone, your smartphone, or your iPad, or any app. It's got all kinds of great resources and uses, and I'm going to give an introduction and a pretty basic cover of how to handle matrices in Geogebra. Mine just pops up right away. What you really want is, you don't really need the graphing calculator, but it's fine to have. You just want to make sure you have this algebra menu over here, and the graphics over here will be nice. So have the graphing calculator, and that'll probably take care of it. To input a matrix, I go down here to the input, and I'm doing this on my keyboard, so you might have to be touching buttons on your screen. I'm going to call this matrix A, and A is going to equal those numbers there. So I'm going to push this off to the side. Come back. 3x, 11.6y, and 9z. So then over here, I'm going to have A equal. I have to do a wing bracket, as I call it, but those set brackets there. I'm going to do in one set of brackets 3, 11.6, 9. So now I've got brackets and brackets, and that right there is the first row of my matrix. Then I'm going to scroll to the right one, and you can see the little green lines tell you where your brackets are finished and what they're setting up. I'm going to do another comma and insert the next row. 44, 136.3, 14. And I'm going to do one more layer, 4, 29, and 5. There, hopefully, if I press enter correctly, is matrix A. 3, 11.69, 44, 136.3, 14, 4, 29, and 5. I was just checking there. Then I want this to come out to 58, 236, and 157. So I'll make a new matrix. I'll call it matrix B. It's going to do, again, two brackets, 58. This is going to be a 3 by 1 matrix, so I need to make 3 different rows. So each of these numbers has to go into its own bracket. Each bracket stands for a row. So there's a row of 58, a row of 236, a row of 157. There's matrix B. Now to solve this, I can just type A and then do this little up caret. That's my to the. A to the -1 means inverse. A inverse times, and this is shift 8, this asterisk is times. A inverse times B is that. This is saying I want -18 bowls of Cheerios, 7 boxes of Kraft macaroni and cheese, and 3 servings of trail mix to meet these goals. Now obviously these numbers don't really make any sense because I can't eat negative bowls, excuse me. The reason this is happening is because the machine, the calculator, is trying to match these 3 numbers exactly. And so to match them exactly, they grab a bunch of these and take away a bunch of these to make these numbers match perfectly. And we could set it up to try and get really close to these and to be more reasonable, but that's a bit beyond the scope of this class. So what I'm going to do now is show a good way to guess and check your way through this. The way we're going to set up this guess and check, I'm going to make a new matrix, again, that has 3 rows. So matrix C is going to equal A, B, C. It would be nice if I could use X, Y, and Z because these were X, Y, and Z, but if you use the letters X, Y, or Z, it's going to actually pick numbers on the coordinate plane X, Y, and Z. So those aren't going to be just like free, unattached variables, so I'm going to use A, B, C. When I press enter, it asks me if I want to make sliders for A, B, C, and I'm going to say yes, create sliders. And what this does is it gives me 3 sliders, and I can change the value of A, B, and C to match A, B, and C here and here. Now, we're not going to be eating negative bowls, so I'm going to double click this. No, I'm going to right click it and go to Object Properties. And I want these values to be going from 0 to 10, and I want it counting by ones. That's my increment, counting by ones. And what I've found is I need to actually change something in each box before I try and go to the next one, or it won't save. So 0, 10, 1, I'm going to go 0. I'm going to type the 1 here first, and then a 10 here. And then this is servings of trail mix. So this can't be negative, but I could go higher. I could probably go to 20 with this, and I think counting by even like 0.5s here might make sense, because I'm not limited to having a straight bowl or a box or something. Let's just check to make sure these are all doing what I want them to. 20, let's have you go to 10. So, boom, boom, boom. Okay. Now, these numbers look like this. What I can do now is set up matrix A times matrix C, and that appears here. And I can now play with these numbers and try to get them to match these numbers here, which are also these numbers here. So I want to try and get this number close to 58, which it is, get this number close to 500, which right now it's way too big. So I'm going to pull this back. I think I want way less serial and a little bit more. That's also too big. This is fairly close. Okay, that's too small now. So I can kind of pull this up some more. Maybe pull this down. Do I just want no mac and cheese at all? 51, 54, 57, 246, 41. But I want this to be 157, so I can pull this up. See, I'm trying to get enough fat, but mac and cheese has the most fat, so I'm going to need some of this. Once I'm here, everything else jumps up really high. So I think I'm going to be down to just one of each of these. And then it looks like matching this is going to be quite hard. But now you get the idea of how you can use these sliders to make the guessing and checking really easy if you just set up the multiplying. I think I'm going to leave it at that for now. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. There can be questions about the video you saw here or anything else in math I'm happy to help with. Subscribe if you'd like to watch more videos or see other updates as they come. I'm going to try to run through all of Algebra 2 Trig and then eventually hit more classes like Algebra 1 and Geometry and Pre-Calc and everything else. If you have questions about stuff covered that's not in this video, still let me know. I'm happy to help. And finally, if you're not one of my students taking the class, but you found the video and are watching it, or maybe you're a teacher and are watching it, you can buy the curriculum and buy the worksheets to go through it. That's found at the website listed down below also. So again, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.